Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of October 3rd. We're going to jump right in here, Aquarius, and we are going to see what is going on in your general energies in this first row. I wouldn't really worry about this. Every single person has had, like, all these cards, so it doesn't really surprise me. We're going to look in this row at what you don't see coming at this time. And every single person has had the tower except for like one or two. So that doesn't surprise me. And in your last row, we're going to look for any messages from your future self. We're also going to double clarify this reading with the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, kind of like I did last week. And on top of that, I'm going to pull 3 cards at the end. I'm not going to do yes, no, but I am going to try to answer your question as if I know what your question is. So kind of like a personalist reading. I'll give you time to think of your question at the end. You start off with this Poised card. Kind of interesting because someone else had the New Life card, which is very similar to this card. It's like she's being lifted up into the sky. And, you know, being poised is like she's poised and ready for success. So clearly there are some good things coming in for you. Again, doesn't really surprise me that the tower's here. I literally said to Pisces, who was the first person I did this week, that I had a feeling that everyone would have the tower again. Again, it's annoying, I know, but this is going to happen until like 2030, probably somewhere around there. I just feel like the tower is going to come up a lot, and it could just be, you know, tower moments going on in the world. Like I've said, this is going to continue. We're going to continue seeing world leaders be replaced and like all this other random stuff. So, you know, just is what it is, right? I don't really feel it'll affect us very much, but, you know, it's something to pay attention to. But I feel like you're ready for success. You have the 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and the King of Cups. Some of you could be experiencing a breakup, and again, that could be part of the tower moment here. But here's the thing, is you go 3 of Swords, 9 of Swords, whatever, to the tower, to the Queen of Pentacles. And, you know, the Queen of Pentacles is an energy of being very resourceful, being very successful. So, you know, a breakup could be leading to much more success in your life. It is interesting that, you know, you have this fire card. It says reckless action leads to conflict. The Knight of Swords is making a hasty decision. So, you know, there could have been a breakup because of a hasty decision or because of someone rushing something or something like that. It could be like a third party for some of you as well. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I feel like you're moving on from it, and they're really, I mean, you know, I don't know. Is there a point in talking about it? Probably not. You probably already know this is happening if you're going through it. The 3 of Swords really is about forgiveness, and I think that's the most important part about it. Could be forgiving yourself for getting into a situation like this. It could be forgiving the person. Take it how it resonates, but you have to remove those swords from your heart because those swords are in your own heart. So again, it's not about forgiving them directly. I always say you don't have to like tell this person, if it's a person, that you forgive them. You're just forgiving them in your own heart so that you don't, you know, poison yourself, so that you can move forward in life. I do kind of like that you go from the 3 of Swords to the 3 of Cups. To me, that's kind of like saying you're healing. The 9 of Swords and the 3 of Swords, it's crazy because again, pretty much everyone has had the 3 of Swords and the 9 of Swords in their readings. And I would say here that, you know, both cards represent temporary situations. So just know that if there is a global tower moment, if there is a tower moment happening in the world or even in your personal life, both cards represent temporary situations. So it will be temporary. You have the King of Cups here. The King of Cups represents very deep emotion. So again, not going to sugarcoat it. I feel like it could be a very emotional time for you right now. And the King of Cups really kind of represents, you know, tapping into your emotions, embracing the emotions, having the emotions, right? If you're feeling sad, feel sad and explore those emotions. Explore why you could be feeling that. If you feel happy, explore those emotions. Why do you feel happy, right? And really dive into those emotions. For whatever reason, I kind of get this energy of needing to process emotions here with that King of Cups, and I would just embrace it. You could also have a water sign coming in for you if you're looking for love, but let's get more detail here. With the 3 of Swords, you have the 2 of Swords. Again, you could be experiencing a breakup because someone wasn't willing to go to the other island over here. You know, basically, 2 of Swords, this lady is sitting where she has always been in her life. And she needs to get to this new island behind her, but she's afraid of being hurt by these 2 rocks that are in the water here. All she has to do is put her swords down, take her blindfold off, and she'll see the opportunity that exists behind her, right? And I do feel that could have been part of the reason that maybe you are experiencing this tower moment or a breakup is because someone couldn't see the other side. Someone couldn't see a future on the other side here. I also feel that some of you need to take the blindfold off here. I'm not saying this is in this situation here, but the Two of Swords always says to me that there's like a new opportunity for you in life in general. And you have to be able to see those opportunities. And again, the Two of Swords comes up like crazy nowadays. I really feel it's because we're entering into the age of Aquarius. We're entering into this new energy. And, people always say, you always repeat yourself. And I always say, yeah, I'm going to continue to repeat myself because it's like the most important thing we could literally be doing right now is innovating, trying new things, doing new things. It's just going to lead to so much success. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Page of Cups again. Could be like a heartbreak situation. The Page of Cups is a good card, though. It is a card of, imagination. I do feel there could be a new admirer coming in for you if you are looking for love. He's also imagining that fish there. And with the Nine of Swords in the Tower, this to me kind of gives me the vibes of some sort of dream that you feel like has maybe crumbled or isn't going to work out how you think it's going to work out. The funny thing is also that I feel like saying that's okay. So maybe you have a dream for your life and you feel like, oh my God, I've been in this nightmare, Nine of Swords, and I'm not going to be able to manifest my dream. It could be anything that you want, like starting a business or having a successful business or having a relationship or whatever it is that you want. We all want different things. But I feel like you are going to get there just in a different way is what this reading is saying, and that's okay. Like, it's not over is what this is saying to me. With the King of Cups, you have the Four of Wands, marriage. Definitely could be marriage material coming in for you in the future if you want it. But the Four of Wands is kind of like a card of completion as well, and really that's what I'm feeling. I'm not really feeling love on this Four of Wands. I mean, it could be for some of you, of course, but this always reminds me of a finish line right here, and I feel some of you could be kind of reaching a finish line. Those people are celebrating on the other side of those Four of Wands, so I really feel like there's going to be reason for you to celebrate here in the very near future. Again, we're going to have to clarify more to see like what more about this celebration, but you do have the Three of Cups as well, which is also a card of celebration. You have this Earth Magic card. Again, I literally feel like this is saying that getting out, grounding yourself, going into nature, going for walks, getting out into fresh air, getting into the sun, all that stuff is going to be very important for you at this time. I feel like it's just going to ground you more in reality. I do also feel that something needs to be grounded in reality. I get moon vibes from this reading. To me, sometimes I feel like the moon is saying that you have a dream, you have something up here. I say this to you all the time now. Now that I'm saying it, I'm like, wait a minute. I say this to you all the time. You need to bring something down to earth, something you've been dreaming about, because I feel it's going to be very successful. Maybe you're a little hurt because you're like, there's no way this is possible. There's no way my dream is possible. Page of Cups, Nine of Swords. But I feel like this is saying, no, it is possible, just maybe not in the way that you originally thought. So I kind of get like, don't give up vibes here. You have the Three of Cups, the Tower, and the Six of Wands. Again, every single person has had the Tower. The Tower is really a good card as far as I'm concerned. I don't really see tarot as good or bad. I know people always worry about the Tower, but it's part of life. These people are being grounded in reality. They have not... The reason the Tower's falling is because they built that tower up around them to protect themselves from seeing reality, but now they're being forced to face reality. So I feel for a lot of you, there could be a lot in your life going on where you're being forced to see reality, but look, Six of Wands, happiness, joy, being cheered on. This is a card of excellence as well. So I kind of feel that you are in an excellent position. There's also this wreath here, which is on the kind of like on the World card. So I feel there's some sort of completion. Something is coming to an end with the Four of Wands and also this right here. I'm also getting something about the people in your life as well here, Aquarius. I feel that you're maybe starting to see the truth in the people around you, like the people who really want the best for you, the people that don't want the best for you. I feel like you're kind of seeing the differences between those people. And again, I do feel like it's unexpected, I feel maybe you just didn't. Maybe there are people who you thought were good for you, but they're actually not. And there are other people who you don't think are good for you that actually are. And I kind of do feel it's a little bit surprising. You have this Three of Cups here, which is like a major celebration. And I do feel there could be, again, the Tower doesn't have to be a bad thing. It can be a pleasant surprise. And I kind of feel there are some surprises coming in for you at this time that actually are going to lead to like celebrations, happiness, and all this other stuff. I get a very strong need to focus on creating some sort of why in your life as well with the Three of Cups. Sometimes I feel like the Three of Cups represents the muses, like in Greek mythology. The muses were, kind of typically women for men, but it doesn't have to be that. It could be anything, but they were typically something that inspires you to action. And I would say, some of you, I feel a little bit like I'm laying in bed right now, is how I would put this. I don't know. I'm not saying it's depression or anything like that, Aquarius, but what I would say is, if there are things that you want to do, I feel maybe you have to look for things to motivate you, and it could be anything, right? Maybe you need to come up with a purpose or, like a reason why you want to do something. And that can be hard to do, but let's look into this. With the Three of Cups, you have the Justice card. Justice is like cause and effect. Again, if someone hurt you or put you in a third party, this is like karma. This is interesting because someone else just had a very similar reading with this. So it could be, we are entering into the eclipse season. And, eclipse season, as Leo King says, is fate train time, so people can get karma during eclipses and things like that. And you could be seeing that happen in your own personal life. With the Tower, you cannot make this up. I mean, the world, something is over. Something has been completed. And so I feel really, is it unexpected? Probably not. But I do feel like you could be completing a cycle here. Just in general, like a personal cycle. You've been brought back down to reality. But again, the Tower's a good thing because we always get to rebuild with the Tower. With the Six of Wands, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, like I said, I feel you're finding the people who can actually help you. Three of Pentacles is a card of teamwork. They're all working together, all the people on this card. So I feel like you could be finding the people who can just help you in life in general. If you're not working together with other people, I do feel you could be getting a lot of attention. Six of Wands is a card of attention and excellence. Three of Pentacles is a card of quality work. So like in work, in business, I feel you could be getting a lot of attention for like the quality of the work that you do. And this could lead to like raises, promotions, more money, all sorts of stuff. If that's not happening, by the way, this says focus on the quality of what you do. You will get more attention. You will find more success. So again, if you're not finding it, that's what I'd be doing. But again, you start with this poised card in this reading. It's like you are ready for success. You are on the edge of being very successful. Next, you have this Fire card. It says reckless action leads to conflict. So again, there could, some of you could have been put into a third party situation here, like I said. With that Knight of Swords, again, I just wouldn't rush anything with this energy. You have the Knight of Swords, Two of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Knight of Swords can be like very hasty. He's trying to force this horse to take action. You can see that horse looks very stressed out on this card because he is forcing it to run. So it basically is a card that says, don't be too hasty. I always say that the Knight of Swords is a warning card to me. It is a warning against like get rich quick schemes. I always say that like if you're feeling forced into something, then it says get a second opinion. Like especially, if someone's trying to pressure you to spend money, by the way, like maybe you need something fixed in your house, or maybe you need something fixed on your car. If like the expert is telling you, oh, this is going to be like $10 billion, I'd be like, I'm going to go find someone else, right? Because it's one of those cards that says, get a second opinion. Let's put it that way. And especially with this fire energy, I wouldn't rush into spending large amounts of money or anything like that with this. You have the Two of Pentacles here. Two of Pentacles is kind of like work hard, play hard, and spinning plates. I do feel that energy for you where maybe you feel like you're spinning plates or you have a lot going on right now here, Aquarius. So I just kind of feel spinning plates energy for you, or that you feel like you're spinning plates. I'm not getting advice. I'm not getting anything here other than I feel like you have a lot going on, but I feel like you can handle it. You have the Queen of Pentacles here. And so I feel like you're very resourceful at this time. Some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn, World, Queen of Pentacles, or there could be a Capricorn coming in for you if you're looking for love. But really, I feel that you need to focus on this right here. She's not focused on the rabbit right here. She's focused on that pentacle. The rabbit can represent fertility and abundance, but it can also just represent fears and anxiety. But she's like focused on what she does have. She's not focused on what she doesn't have. And she's not focused on fears and anxiety. So I would be focusing on the things that you have in your life. These could be resources, like literally money, but it could also be like hidden talents, gift, skills, and abilities, things like that, that could make you very successful at this time. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Queen of Cups here. Very interesting that you have the King and Queen of Cups, like divine counterparts here. So some of you might feel like a soulmate made a mistake or a divine counterpart made a mistake. Again, I don't really do love readings, and I'm not really picking up much other than moving on. So I feel like for the most part, most of you are moving on from this situation here. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Swords. Again, get out of your head. I do think that this week it would be super important for you to be very focused this week, especially if there's a tower moment or things going on in your life. It's almost like there are two things that you could focus on here. It's like you can focus on everything that's going wrong, or you can focus on everything that's going right. And I would focus on what's going right. And I said this to a couple other signs, but it's almost as if, there are opportunities that could be available. Like maybe there are some tower moments that are happening, but maybe it creates an opportunity for you as well. And I would be focusing on the opportunity. I wouldn't get too, dragged down into the emotions, right? With that King of Cups. I kind of feel good, bad about him. It's like, on one hand, I feel you need to explore your emotions. On the other hand, it's like, don't drown in your emotions, right? So maybe there needs to be some balance here. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the King of Wands. Could be a fire sign coming in for some of you as well, but I also feel that fire sign energy. You have the fire sign here. I feel it's kind of encouraging you to be bold, to be brave, to be assertive. I've been saying it for since 2021 or something like that I really felt in 2021 that we were entering into this energy where we need to be brave, bold, and assertive. We need to kind of really go for the things we want. Nothing is just going to come to us right now. Nothing's going to magically appear in our life. Fortune favors the bold. And I'm going to keep saying it because, I feel like people need to hear it. But if we take action, we'll be successful. And that's what I would do here. With the Three of Swords and the Two of Swords, you have this originality card. I mean, this is like your card, right? Being original, coming up with original ideas. I feel like you need to tap into those original ideas because that's where it's at. This is true for everyone, but it's definitely true for you. And again, you have that Two of Swords. The original ideas are on that new island that's behind her. You might be thinking behind me, that's in the past. No, this is technically it's in front of her, right? If she just needs to turn around. She's facing on the Two of Swords towards everything that's always been in front of her. That's why she needs to turn around. So I feel like all your success is going to be your original ideas. Again, we're entering into the age of Aquarius. It's your time to shine, Aquarius. Embrace the energy. With the Nine of Swords and the Page of Cups, you have this lust card. Again, I do get that feeling. Again, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I mean, it's like one of those things. I feel like for some of you, a lusty situation kind of ruined a relationship here, or that's at least possible. And I don't know. I feel like you're just dealing with it. I don't know what else to say, so there you go. With the King of Cups and the Four of Wands, you have the Submission card here. I feel like you're much more free than you realize. There's this bird that's in this cage here, and the cage door is open. So I kind of feel that you're not actually stuck where you think you're stuck. And I'm kind of wondering if that Two of Swords is saying that maybe you feel like you're stuck in a situation that you're not actually stuck in. Without knowing your situation, obviously I don't, I can't tell you what to do here, but I would say there's probably a way out. That card kind of gives me Eight of Swords vibes, where it's saying that you could be keeping yourself stuck in a self-imposed prison that you just don't need to keep yourself stuck in. So, I would look into that, is what I would say to you there. But let's do this next row. With the Three of Cups and the Justice card, you have this assertion card. Again, this is what you need to do. I feel like you need to assert yourself with that King of Wands energy especially. It's like one of those things where I feel that the more assertive we are, the more bold and assertive we are, as I said with that King of Wands, the more successful we'll be. This isn't about domination. It's not about dominating energy. It's not like being assertive in a jerky way. It's being just confident, believing in yourself, knowing that you know that something is going to be successful in your life, right? If you move forward like that, you're going to be very successful. If you don't, then I kind of get this feeling of kind of repeating lessons, and I'd be careful of that. With the Tower in the World, you have this discrimination card. Pretty crazy because someone else just had this as their center card as well. This isn't a card of discrimination like racism or sexism or something like that. It's about being discriminating. It's about looking at everything that's coming into your life and saying, I want this, I don't want this, and being very clear about that. Again, you're clearly ending a cycle here. Tower. You have that Poise card basically saying you're entering into a new life, the world, you're going through a portal. Literally, the whole point of the Fool's journey is you go from the Fool to the world, then we start all over again. So you're going through this portal here, and I really feel you have the power to create your own reality. She represents a sorceress, this lady in the middle of the world. Some people read her as an intersex being because she's like a combination of all energies that exist, and she can create worlds. So I literally feel that you have the power to make the impossible happen if you want to. But I feel like you have to be very careful of your energies with that discriminating energy. Again, if you're bringing things into your life that cause chaos, you're going to experience more chaos. It's very, I do kind of get a very black and white energy here where it's like kind of saying, if you're allowing these negative energies into your life, you're going to experience negative. If you only allow positive, you're going to have positive, plain and simple. With the Six of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, you have this resourcefulness card. You have the Queen of Pentacles here. Queen of Pentacles is all about resourcefulness. I feel like you have a lot more resources at your disposal than you realize. I kind of feel like you could be creating more disposable income, so that would be nice. But I feel like you have to tap into these resources. It kind of looks like a little bit of a puzzle to me in my head here, Aquarius, where it's like you're kind of, not sure how to use your resources. Maybe there have been a lot of disappointments or things that haven't worked out in the past. You've had business ideas that like kind of worked but didn't work. And, I feel like you've had thoughts of, starting new jobs or careers and things didn't work out. And you're trying to put this puzzle together is how I feel there. Kind of weird. With the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Cups, you have this exaltation card. I really feel you're in your power and you don't feel it, is how I feel here. Again, I'm not calling you out, as I always say to you, Aquarius, but I feel like you are really in your power, but you don't feel powerful. I'm wondering if it's because you're in a new energy. It's like one of those things where when we step into a new energy, we have to raise our vibration to meet that energy, which I feel like you're in the process of doing, by the way. So be kind to yourself. You're getting there. You're working on it. And I really feel like you are just in this position of exaltation. Again, that poised card that you start off with is kind of very similar to this. It's like saying that you're on a pedestal. You're being lifted up. You're being, you're ascending to, a much better place. I don't know. This feels good. With the Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, you have this revenge card. Every single person has had this card. I'm wondering if we're going to see something that would be like revenge in the news. I don't know how to say that, but we could see some sort of revenge in the news. I kind of feel that because everybody's had this card. But what I would also say is I would forgive the past. Three of Swords. Didn't you have the Three of Swords here? Yeah, your first card. The revenge card basically says that you could rip someone's head off if you wanted to, but do you need to? I would say no. With the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Wands, you have this empathy card. I feel empathy, of course, is a good energy to have. I kind of feel that there could be friends or family or people in your life who want to listen to you as well here, who are willing to support you. Could also be a companion, someone who listens to you, who could help you here, Aquarius, if you're going through something. So I'll just say that, but pretty good reading, kind of like an interesting place, I would say, this week. We're gonna have to see what happens next week, but that's what I have for you. We're gonna pull 3 cards now. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of a question. So 1, 2, 3, they're actually gonna be all together. And again, feel free to pause and think of your question, but I'm going to answer it right now as like a personal question. You have the Nine of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, and the King of Wands here. I would definitely focus on soaking in abundance with that Nine of Cups there. Sorry, I think I said Nine of Pentacles for some reason, but Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is about wishes and wish fulfillment. The Four of Pentacles is holding on to the past. King of Wands here as well. I feel like you need to move towards your desire. I feel like you're asking about something that you desire to have in your life, something that kind of tugs at your heartstrings, are the words that are popping into my head, something that you feel very connected to. I feel like that King of Wands is saying you need to be bold, assertive, and you need to move towards it. But it's going to require bravery is what I'm feeling here with the King of Wands. For others, I feel like you're asking about a fire sign. I just feel like saying yes. So there you go. But pretty interesting reading. The readings have been a little bit bonkers this week. I'm not going to lie. Clearly, there's like a weird energy going on. Kind of makes sense. Entering into eclipse season. I don't know. Makes sense to me. So, and also just crazy retrogrades in the first place. But I feel like you're ready for something here and you're completing cycles. So thank you for being here, Aquarius. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.